Hey everybody, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? So let me change my background here really quick. Do I have my background? There we go. Hey everybody, good morning. What is going on? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, you guys. So I'm not gonna be here before you guys very long. I actually have like a meeting at like 12, but I gotta prepare for it, gotta get my notes ready for it. But y'all, I'm got to do a quick price action class with you guys. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be amazing. So I want to make sure, and I'm here on Trading View over here, and I'm here on Instagram. So I want you guys to, come on in, get real comfortable. Make sure you guys take notes because we're only going to be on here for about 20 to 30 minutes. This is a really, really quick class, okay? I got my notes in front of me in case you guys see me looking down because, girl, I got to keep my notes. I have to keep my notes on me, okay? Now, all of us are traders, right? Whether you're trading in the crypto market, the Forex market, the stock market, bonds market, whatever the case may be, right? But there have been points and periods of times where we all have struggled with price action, right? Reading the candlesticks, understanding the candlesticks, taking trades based on the candlesticks, right? And if any of you are still struggling with price action, reading the candlesticks, if any of you have a hard time with the formations, then y'all, this class is going to be for you. Okay, it's really quick, but it's going to be really, really good. So if you do not know me, my name is Shaquan. I am the trading educator here at SLFX Trading. That is my company's name. And I've been teaching for 5 years trading. Well, I've been teaching for 3 years, trading for 5 years. And I'm pretty good at what I do, you guys. I used to not be able to take that as a compliment. And hey, Water Breeze Life, what's going on, Mama? Hey, Miss Kim. Hey, Lawrence, I see you in the building. Hey, everybody here on Trading View as well. But I used to not be able to take compliments with what I did. I thought, well, I know I teach really well, but for me, you guys, I feel like it's a really great blessing to be able to teach classes such as this, and especially for free, because I don't really like to hide things when it comes to verbal teaching. It's more so of, let me put the information out there and then let you guys go back on the price charts to see if you can see things for yourself, right? It's what it really boils down to. And that's what I'm doing in live classes like this, right? And so yeah, so I'll just tell you guys a story. Like in the beginning, I had an issue with price action as well too. Like I would go on Instagram, well, a little bit on Instagram. I didn't really know about it that much, but when I found out about it, I was on Instagram, and then I was on YouTube for like the first year and a half searching up price action, price action, price action, right? And it was like I just could not understand it. I couldn't understand the fluctuations. I was looking at the price action charts candle by candle by candle by candle. And there was even like, y'all know how you go on Pinterest or YouTube or whatever, and then you see like the chart or the picture with like the 15 to 20 candlestick formations. That crap was throwing me off because it was like, well, when price gets to a certain point, which candle formation are you focused on? Like, which one do you pay attention to? And to be honest with you, I was just all over the place with it, right? I was focused on too many candles. I was trying to learn each one by name, and it just got so confusing and overwhelming, right? And if you struggle with that, or if you're struggling with that now, just understand that, I've been where you are. A lot of other traders have been where you are, but you don't have to stay stuck in that place, right? So this is a really good class for you guys to be in. And if you're new, make sure you share the live. If you've been here before, still make sure you share this with someone else who could use this information, because as I teach, I want you guys to be able to go out and give the game as well. Okay, never hoard information to yourself. Go out and help other people. Give them this information so that as you grow, they can grow too. Okay, now as traders, we're looking at price action candlesticks, right? It's basically the green and red candlesticks that are moving per time frame, or aka the time period, the period within the time, right? And we're looking at these candles via every day, if you're a scalper or a day trader, or via every week or every month, or however, so often you're coming back to your price charts, right? And there are times when I ask a trader, well, what type of trader are you? And they say, well, Shaquan, I'm a price action trader, right? And I'm like, okay, well, explain to me in detail what that means. And they're like, well, I'm a price action trader because I'm trading, my support and resistance levels, or my supply and demand zones, or my trend lines, or my events patterns, or my indicators. And they're naming like all these things. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but that's really not being a price action trader, because what they're not doing is they're not isolating the movements per the buyers and the sellers in the market per se. They're basically isolating them per structures that they want price to go back and forth to. And if that's you, it's okay, because you're more so of what we call a structured base trader. Because what you're telling me is that you're not really focused on the price action candles so far alone. You've had to put structure somewhere first for you to identify where you want to take a trade and where you want to exit the trade, right? You're looking at key levels, you're looking at an indicator or a trend line or so forth. Price action traders are more so focused on the buyers and the sellers first in the market based on supply and demand. There's not really anything on that price chart the first moment they come to that chart. They're looking at a clean naked chart, just like the one that I have posted. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys have this chart. If you're here with me on TradingView or YouTube, you guys don't see this, but basically I just have a chart of an uptrend, the market fluctuating up and down, right? And so that's what we're looking at when we're coming to these price charts. So let's dig a little bit deeper here for over like the next 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So first thing first, because I don't know, who's all new here or who's been trading for some time, but let's break what price action is. Let's break it down what it is, right? When you think about price action, when I think about price action or when I'm teaching this, I'm on a plain chart first. Like there's nothing on there. And all I'm seeing is the visible movement of price going up, going down, going up, going down, right? I'm looking at bearish candlesticks. I'm looking at bullish candlesticks, or the green and the red candlesticks, right? And so as I'm looking at these candlesticks, I'm making a connection with them. And you have to make a connection in this market with who's a part of that chart that you're looking at, right? Especially, I'm going to talk to my Forex and my stock market traders for a second, right quick. You're looking to see who's taking control, basically, right? If I see a bearish candlestick, what it's letting me know is that, okay, price just went lower than the previous candlestick on whatever time period I'm looking at. Let's just say for the daily time frame. If I see a bearish candlestick, I can say, okay, the exchange rate or this candle closed at a lower price than the previous day. If I see a bullish candlestick on the daily time frame, because that candle prints every 24 hours, I can say, okay, buyers took control this day, and basically price closed higher than the previous day, right? And so as I'm looking at this, I can break that candlestick down even further, and you guys can do this per time period or time frame that you're looking at, because the information is still the same across the board. So I can say, okay, well, the top wick of that candle just lets me know that, okay, well, this is the highest that price went per this time period. The bottom of the wick tells me, okay, well, this is the lowest that price went for this time period. And if I'm looking at the open and close of the candle, I can say, okay, price opened here, but then it closed here. So now it's telling me how the buyers and sellers interacted. The beginning point where the buyers and sellers started to interact, and then that's why price went higher, because the buyers pushed price up. That's the wick. Then the sellers push price down. That's the bottom wick. But then price closed right here based on the relationship or the fluctuations and the movement between the buyers and the sellers, right? So now I'm saying, okay, well, now based on this candle, and then based on the group of candles that are moving, this is how I'm able to see, day by day or week by week or month by month or 4 hour by 4 hour, 1 hour by 1 hour, whatever the time period. This is how I'm able to see how price is trending, or if price is consolidating, right? Because it's not just one candle that we should focus on, it's the movement of candles as their group per time period that you really want to focus on, right? And so if you isolate your price action candlesticks as a group or then as an individual, if you isolate it, then you're just one step closer to making a connection between the buyers and the sellers of the market based on price action alone, right? Because that's what we're looking at first, right? So now what we're doing is we're identifying, okay, here are my buyers, here are my sellers. What are they doing, right? So now that's going to bring me to my second point really quick, okay? Your bullish and bearish candles, obviously, like I'm going to keep saying it to make the connection. They're representing your buyers and sellers, but it's per time period that you're analyzing, right? Now I'm going to give you guys an example because someone just asked me if I'm looking at the monthly and the weekly time frame here on Instagram. Someone just asked me. For me personally, and you may be different, but make sure that as you guys are listening to me, that you really isolate it per what you do in the market, the time frames you analyze in the market. I look at most 3 time frames: monthly, weekly, daily. Optionally, the 4 hour for the people who I teach, right? But for me personally, monthly, weekly, daily, but my eyes are more so fixed on the weekly and the daily. I want those relationships, right? And so as I'm analyzing that, I'm like, well, let me see how often or what my weekly candlestick looks like, and then let me break it down. So here's an example for you guys, okay? Let's say that there's a bullish candle that printed on the weekly time frame. Let's just say from this previous week, right? What that lets me know is, okay, on Friday, price closed bullish, which means that price had to have closed higher than the previous week if it closed bullish, right? My exchange rates are up. And so that lets me know the buyers took control. Now, what I'm going to do from there, because I don't enter on a weekly time frame for the most part, sometimes I do, because I'm a swing trader, I'm going to break that weekly candle down, and I'm going to go down in time frames. Now, it takes 5 candles, 5 daily candles, 5 24-hour candles to print that one weekly candle. So I am going to drop down in time frames to see how the buyers pushed price up. Because when I drop down, I'm seeing more information. So I can see the price go up and down, up and down, up and down. But overall, if price closed bullish, that means that the bullish candles are more so going to the upside. Right? Now, what that lets me know is that, okay, I can go and isolate and locate which candles push price up. But the question for me is, as a trader, let's just say I took a trade last week, because I did take a few trades last week. The question for me, or even for you, if you took a trade last week on in a buying market, the question is, which candle did you have to enter on that told you price was going back up to the upside? Because that's why you have to isolate your candles to find your buyer, right? Now, let's just say that a bearish candle formed on the weekly time frame. Let's make this inverse, because I took a sell last week in the market as well too. So if I took a sell, I'm not going to trade on the weekly time frame. What I am personally going to do is I'm going to break that weekly candle down by the 5 candlesticks on the daily time frame, because I'm correlating my time frames at this point in time as well, right? So I want to see on which days the sellers came into the market, but I'm only going to see it by the price action candles. So yes, I could see price fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down, but overall, the price has to be moving down, right? You got to be moving down, right? But the question is, once again, which candle, if I entered the trade to the downside, told me, Shaquan, here's the sellers. This is the best selling point. Sell down with the sellers, right? That's what we're doing in the market based on price action, right? Being the price action candlestick trader first. Now, here's my last point. You guys, I told y'all this is going to be a really, really quick class. All right. Really quick class. The last point is where to locate the best candlesticks to buy and sell and how, right? Like, what are we actually looking at? What do we need to look at? How do we know when sellers are coming into the market? How do we know when buyers are coming into the market? You guys, you have to weed out the middleman. You have to weed out the noise. See, when I learned, okay, I don't need to be looking at 20 candlestick formations, right? I don't need to be looking at the evening star, shooting star. I don't need to look at all those. I don't even need to know all of their names. I just need to know categories, right? Because the name of the game when you're buying and selling something, whether in the stock market or whether in the Forex market, or whatever you're trading, the name of the game is buy low, sell high, right? That's your supply and demand. How many buyers are in the market? How many sellers are in the market, in the relationship between both, right? So with that being said, I want to buy low, I want to sell high, but I don't want to take a trade in the middle. We call that no man's land, because price can do anything it wants to do in the middle, right? That's no man's land. We don't do anything there, right? And so I do this by weeding out the candles that I don't want to remember. the ones that may cause me confusion, because I call those noise candles. And I think of price action in categories. Like they're the same candle that can look different, but they're placed in the same category. I give you guys a really great example, right? Morning star, shooting star, evening star, hammer, inverted hammer. Like how many of y'all have ever heard of those 5 candles? But those 5 candles can look the same, right? Long wick at the bottom, candlestick is up, it's at the top. It's a hammer, right? Long wick at the top, candlestick body is located at the bottom. But they're going to be called different names. But my thing is the wicks give the formation away. I don't have to know the name. I just need to know it's a rejection candle at the end of the day, right? We can even do the same thing with the bullish and bearish engulfing candle, right? Okay, well, that's one cat. That's another category. I do the same thing with the spinning top or the spinning bottom. I isolate it by location. Spinning top is at a top peak. Spinning bottom is at a bottom peak. But it's the way the candle looks that gives it away, right? Because that's 3 of my 4 categories. I only trade based on 4 candles, and I teach these 4 candles to traders every single week in the market. But what I teach them is that it's not the candle name that's the most important. It's the terminology or the lingo behind the candle, right? And this is one of the reasons why, like my students and clients, they're able to understand how to trade very, very quickly and efficiently, because we're weeding out all the noise. We're weeding out all the candlestick formations that someone told you to remember. We're only focused on the entries and how they change the market based on those candlesticks. It's the definition, not the name, that you want to focus on. That's what we're focused on, right? Because that's what's going to matter the most. And so what we do is we say, okay, let's find these 4 candlesticks at the highs and the lows. And I want you guys to write these 4 candlesticks or these 4 categories names down, okay? Number 1 is the rejection candle, hammer and inverted hammer. That's the first one. Hammer, inverted hammer, hammer, inverted hammer, rejection candle. That's the category. We got engulfings. It's only 2 engulfings, bearish and bullish, right? But the category is engulfing. Then you have the spinning top and the spinning bottom. That's the spinning is just a category by itself because the name of the location of that candlestick is in the name. And then last but not least, we have the Doji, D-O-J-I, which is an indecisive candle. And they say, well, Shaquan, the next candle is confirmation. I say, no, the next candle is one of those 3 candles I just mentioned above. That's what it is. Doji, and it's either an engulfing, or it's either a rejection, or it's either a spinning top or spinning bottom, depending on where price is. And we're only locating these candles at highs and lows, right? That's it. I don't worry about the middle. I don't worry about the middle, because what's happening is these candlesticks, they're telling stories. They're storytellers, right? They're storytellers from when the buyers will appear in the market, and they're storytellers from when the sellers will appear in the market. And they're saying, hey, listen, you're going to trade us based on our appearance, because they're telling me 3 things, right? Number 1, the candles are telling me when to sit on my hands. See, I'm a trend trader, right? Which means if the market, let's just use an example. If the market is in an uptrend and I see one of those candles at a top peak, especially if it just made a new higher high, that candle says, Shaquan, don't look to buy. Price is about to retrace or pull back. Sit on your hands because you're following the uptrend. All right, cool. I got it. Then what it'll do is it'll tell me, now, Shaquan, this is the time you need to take a trade. So after I'm done pulling back, I'm going to pull back to a certain point in the market for you, which is at your market structure. I call my estimation zones, right? You may be support and resistance. You may be the trend line, whatever the case may be. But it's saying, Shaquan, I'm going to pull back for you. And when I print a particular candle, one of the 4 candles that you're trading on, you'll get to take an entry, right? So now the candle becomes my entry candle, one of those 4 candles wherever I decide I want to take a trade from, right? And here's the thing. This is why I say there's a difference between a structured trader and then a price action trader. I let the candles tell me trend first, lead me into my entry. A structure-based trader can watch structures, right? Let's say support and resistance. You're just watching price go up and down, back and forth between your structures, and you're taking trades on those, right? You're going to buy if it's at your support, you're going to sell if it's at your resistance. There's no in between for you, right? And so for me personally, I want to buy and sell with who has control. Uptrend for buyers, downtrend for sellers, right? And anything outside of that, outside of those parameters, is either noise or they're money making candles, right? Anything outside of that, or it's just an extra confirmation for you to enter a trade for you as the personal trader. Okay, that's it. That's what your price action candlesticks are telling you. No more and no less. All right. Now I'll give you guys like an action that y'all can take here right now. For y'all who are on TradingView, follow me on TradingView. And then for you guys who are here on Instagram, those 4 candles that I just mentioned to you guys, right? If you really want to get good at seeing what those candles do, locate them at your highs and your lows. Nothing else in between, right? This is what I teach on an every week, everyday basis, right? Locate them at your highs and your lows. Okay. Watch what price does after those candles print. One of those candles is going to print your highs and lows. Not all of the candles, not all of them. All right. And I'll name them again for you. We had the rejection candle. That's one category, your hammer, inverted hammer. We had your engulfings. It's either bearish or bullish. We had your spinning top or your spinning bottom, or it's also known as a Harami candle, but the name is in the candle. The spinning top is a candle located at the top. Looks like a candle in the middle of 2 equal wicks on each side. And then your spinning bottom is located at a bottom peak, right? Before price pushes up. A candle located in the middle of 2 equal wicks on each side, right? That's another category. And then you got your doji plus one of those 3 candles that I mentioned above. All right. And like I said, some people are going to call those doji confirmation candles, which they are. Okay. And then go back and just focus on those, no matter what time frames you guys are trading, no matter what your trading style is. For me, I focus on swing traders because that's who I like to teach. I like higher time frames because it's less time for me on my charts. It only takes me 15 minutes to enter a trade and I'm done. I let the charts move how they're going to move. Price moves how it's going to move. But I want you to remember nothing in the middle. That's no man's land, because these same candles print everywhere on your chart. But it's always about where they print. That's the most important. Not how many times they're printing. You don't care about that. Okay? You're not going to care about that. All right? So yeah, that's it for price action. Okay? So I'm going to go deeper on this tonight in the Swing Trading Society. And if you guys are wanting to get a look at this on an actual price chart, walking with me step by step by step, I'm doing a masterclass tonight called The Hidden Gems or the Secret Gems of Price Action. All right. If you want to be a part of this class that I host a class every single week on Tuesdays for my beginner traders, and then on Wednesdays for my people who've been rocking with me and they're coming over from quarter 1, meaning they were with me from the quarter before and now they're advancing, right? If you come into me as a beginner, you'll advance as well to next quarter. So if you guys want to chill with me every single week in the market on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, if you guys want to chill with me on Sundays in our trading family where we analyze our price charts together and we find the best currency pairs to trade for the week, y'all be sure to click that link in my bio to join the Swing Trading Society. Okay. Now, before I close this session out, do I have any questions before we close out, whether you're on Instagram or TradingView? And you guys who are on TradingView, you guys can follow me on Instagram at the Shaquan Lopez. I believe that it should be down below once I get done with this session. Or if you guys are on Instagram, you guys can follow me on TradingView. My username is Chanel, SHENELL 17. I probably should change that to match my name. Yes, I probably should do that, you guys. Okay. Someone asked how many patterns exist. A lot. And I am not focused on all of those patterns. I'm only focused on 4, right? The 4 categories. Anything outside of that, I honestly don't care. I'll be honest with you guys, right? Because I like to use analogies, and I think about it like this. I'm a Black woman who lives in America. How many other Black women live in America? A lot. But we can all look different. We can all be different ages. We can all have different hair types, hair colors. Do you think I'm concerned with trying to figure all of that out? No. So I only focus on me and my category, right? And that is the same way that I, think about the price action candlesticks. I think the more you weed things out, the better you will be at trading. Trying to learn and trying to do everything at one time leads to a lot of confusion. And I do not like a lot of confusion. Sometimes the markets are confusing as heck anyway. Why would I add extra? And I don't add that when I teach. I don't. My goal in my job as a Forex coach is to take away stress from people, is to take away complications for people. That's me personally. Okay. Someone asks how long it took you to get the concept of trading your plan from demo to live experiences. Well, for me personally, I spent 6 months on my price charts back testing first, right? 6 months. Then I went live for 2 weeks. I was like, oh, hell no, because I accidentally blew an account, right? And it was accident. And then I did back testing and demo for a full year after. After that, when I started to see really good results in demo, then I went live. But it still took me like a few months after that to become break even. And that's when I knew I really had it. Like, oh, okay, I got something here because I'm break even. Then after that, shortly after that, I started to see more consistent profits after that. Now, everyone's experience is going to be different, and I understand that. Some people will get it shorter, some people will get it longer. But now I'm to the point where I'm teaching people how to understand their concepts, and they're able to make their own trades, whether in demo or live, depending on how they learn from me. Some as quick as 3 weeks, some as quick as 6 weeks, some as quick as 12 weeks. I'm not a firm believer anymore that it has to take a year to see progress and profits. I'm not, because I've helped people go full time as traders in less than 3 months. I've helped people become profitable in less than a month. So it just depends on how you're weeding things out and the kind of help that you're actually getting. So that's how I see it. Someone asked, you trade weekly and monthly? Yes, I'm a swing trader, you guys. So for me, I look at higher time frames, monthly, weekly, daily. I keep that consistent. Sometimes the 4 hour, but that's not a lot, right? Like I know how long I want to hold a trade for, which is over 24 hours. I teach those people who want to hold trades for more than 24 hours, right? And then sometimes we can hold trades less than 24 hours depending on the market's momentum. And yes, I do one-on-ones. So that is also another specialty that I have. That's how I'm able to help people so quickly because of my one-on-one sessions. So I teach people in one-on-ones for 6 weeks consecutively. Like we meet once a week for 1 hour. And yes, 1 hour is all you need with me for 6 weeks to get you to where you need to go. I'm not taking nobody's time in life, right? I cut out the fluff, we get right to it. And people are very thankful for that. Okay. Someone asked, what are your thoughts on on advanced patterns like harmonics? I used to trade harmonics when I first started trading. I don't have an issue with harmonics per se. The reason why I personally stopped trading harmonics was because I didn't understand the price was trending or if I was counter trend trading. I think some things that you do throws trend out the window and you don't know if you're buying with the buyers or selling with the sellers. Also, at the same time, I felt like I was cutting my profit short because when price with the harmonic patterns hits your D point, you have to then use another fib to say, oh, price is about to retrace to the 38.2 or the 61.8. And then you have to take profits at those two levels, right? For me personally, I feel like there's no sound structure when trading that. For me personally, I know a lot of people who do very well with harmonics. I'm not against it. But technically, a lot of harmonic traders are counter trend traders, but they don't know that. And then when they come to me, they're like, I've been trading this and never knew if I was trend trading or counter trend trading. And I'm like, yeah, because you threw trend out the window, right? But if that's you and you can succeed in it, I would say do it. I am never here to change anything that someone does, right? I'm not. That's not fair for me to try to do that to another student or another trader. Trade what works for you and don't give a F about what nobody else thinks, right? Miss Waterbreeze Life said, okay, I hear you. Yeah, hey, if y'all want to work with me one-on-one, make sure y'all click the link in the bio, set up a discovery call with me and let's chat. I don't teach anyone one-on-one who I do not speak to. I literally have to speak to you first. I don't train everybody who gets a one-on-one session with me, right? Like I pick the people I teach. That is very important to me because I don't teach headaches and I don't want to be a headache for you. And I do not want to hold up your progress, right? Because there could be somebody else out there who would do what you need them to do. Just like if you're a day trader or a scalper, don't come to me, right? I can teach you, like in free sessions like this, I can teach you what you need to do to implement and grow. But on that personal price chart, I do not drop below the 4 hour. And that is why some people won't be good for me to teach. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn from me and I can't teach you per the higher time frames, because I created all of my systems on lower time frames, right? You can scale anything on any time frame. You just got to learn how to group them. Someone asked, is there any book you would recommend for beginners? I can recommend a trading book and a psychology book. A psychology book, it is more so about thinking rich to grow, thinking a different way. The book that I would recommend is The Science of Getting Rich. I got that from Full Auto 11 here on Instagram. Very great book, very short read. And the second book that I recommend, actually, me and my students in the Swing Trading Society, we're doing a book club. We're actually reading that book right now. The book is called The Market Wizards. Market Wizards, I suggest to any trader, hands down. Any trader, hands down, because it deals with real life traders off the price chart and on the price chart, their experiences, their losses, their wins, their psychology. Very important book. If you want to just do like one session for like an hour instead of 6 weeks, how would someone go about doing that? I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of don't like doing those sessions like that. Here's the reason why. In 1 hour and in one session, what are you hoping I can accomplish for you? Like, if you come to me and say, Shaquan, teach me in 1 hour, what do you want me to teach you? Because I can teach you in 1 hour, but are you wanting me to fix your strategy for you? Or would you prefer that I teach you a sound system that works and we can back test it together? I can teach you how to properly grow an account through risk management trading, and we have follow-ups. And I can help you set up a watch list of currency pairs that you should trade. I'll teach you how to back test. Like, would you rather me do that in 6 weeks, or would you rather me fit everything into 1 week, which I would not do? Right? And that's why for me personally, I like to do 6-week sessions. But if you come to me and say, Shaquan, I need a 1 week session with you, then that means to me, you already have a strategy. You already have a trading plan. You need someone to tweak it with you and for you. Now, if you want me to do that, I'm very good at that too. Yes, I can do that. I can do that. But I don't do follow-ups after that. That's the only thing. I would not do a follow-up. Okay. So that part, very important. Okay. Any other questions before we go from anyone here on TradingView or from anyone on Instagram? Anyone here? Anyone here? Any other questions? Or are we good? Or are we good? Or are we good? Okay, you guys, I think we're good. I don't see any more questions. So you guys, make sure y'all are following me once again. If you need help, like I said, if you want to, be taught from me one-on-one, or if you want to join the Swing Trade Society and join our masterclass tonight, make sure you guys click the link in the bio. All right, Miss Waterbeast Life, just like I said, sign up with me and then we'll chat from there. Okay. But you guys have a very blessed day. And I will be seeing you guys in the next live. You guys be blessed. And you guys here on TradingView and YouTube, same for you guys too. Someone asked me how much is the one-on-one cost. The one-on-one cost is $2,500. Oh no, it's not $2,500. Yeah, actually it is. It's $2,500. I think about that. It's a 4 in there. Yeah, so it's $2,500 for 6 weeks. And you also still get free access to my Swing Trading Society group as well. And Big Bamboo 81, thank you for trolling. I truly much appreciate it. Truly much appreciate it. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't bother me when people say things like that. It's okay. Because like I said, I'm pretty good at what I do. And I've learned that people who troll, they're kind of miserable in life. But I'm going to pray for you. Okay, honey? I'm going to pray for you. But you guys, y'all have a blessed day. And I'll talk to you guys later here on TradingView and YouTube as well. Y'all be blessed.